AITA for failing 27 out of 31 students for not taking a quiz? I am not op. Original post by you, teacher by Heart21 in R. Amithius Hole. And NBSP. AITA for failing 27 out of 31 students for not taking a quiz? The 29th of October 2022. I teach a math class in 8th grade. Because the classroom is really small and there are many people, they sometimes are a bit loud. But that's okay, and I try to give my best to accommodate them to be most comfortable. Wednesday they were really loud and I announced an online quiz because we did not come to the point to do it in class. I also stated that I would upload it on Thursday and it would be due on Friday at 6 p.m. It is not much. 10 questions. Just to see where everyone is at. But it is graded. I repeated myself twice that it was mandatory and graded, and they did not listen apparently. I uploaded the quiz and 4 people actually took it. They received feedback and their grade. The rest did not take the quiz. So I gave them all a 0 today. In less than 15 minutes the first student mailed me that I could not just fail him. A few students joined in complaining about the 0. Some of them apologized for not turning it in. Then a mother emailed me how I could fail her precious daughter. And that if 27 people failed it would mean my quiz was too hard and I would be in awe to fail them all. Until now I did not respond to any of this mails because then they would accept to answer everybody. I will do this on Monday. But I wonder, am I in awe for failing them? Verdict. NTA. Maybe for information. It's maybe 1% of their grade. Edit, because I realized I need to clarify something. They were loud the entire period. Normally this is not the case. I don't know what was different this day. This caused us to be slower than I planned and not being able to test where everybody stood on the topic. So at the end of the lesson I told them that this quiz was being uploaded and they have to take it. They were not especially loud then. But some were distracted with packing their things and stuff. Edit too, because someone said it was important. It was written on the board, it was written in the class book. There is all stuff written down in means of tasks and topics from their classes. Update. I just got another email from the same mother why I did not reply to her email since she wrote the first email a few hours ago. I love parents. Last edit. Because I cannot answer every single comment. Thank you all for your judgments. While there were many helpful and respectful comments with constructive feedback, I am really shocked that people insult me as a person for an action I post here. I do not talk about the YTA judgments. I take them. I talk about the ones telling me I am a horrid person, a bad teacher, or even insinuating that I am mentally sick. Via comments and via private messages. Maybe think before insulting someone for one single action, without knowing what else happens in my classes and life. Now to the quiz. They know how to do it. They did it often before. They won't fail the whole class because of it. Also, I am not responsible for telling their parents to remind them of a quiz. They are old enough to remind themselves. Many suggested that they could retake the test. They can, but not for full credit and not in class. I will tell them on Monday and it will be due Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Also online. As it is a simple 10-question multiple-choice test you can do in 10 minutes on your phone, that is more than enough time. Also an update in the mother mailing me twice. I got an email from her daughter telling me how sorry she was that her mom messaged me as she panicked as her mom saw the 0 and told her the quiz was too hard because she forgot about the quiz and therefore did not take it. Edit. The insults continue, and so does the teaching advice from some people here. Again in private and in this post. To make it clear to you, I accept every single YTA statement as everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But I do not need your advice on classroom management. My teaching skills or my personality for asking a judgment of one specific situation. The situation is this one quiz. Not my general teaching, because you don't know my teaching style, as you only got told this one single situation. Also, yes, I got it. This post has language errors. Surprise, I am no native English speaker, as I stated before. Update. The kids came to me this morning and apologized. They all promised to take the test as soon as they get home today. A few whined when I told them they get a different test with less credit, but most accepted it without discussion. And NBSP, reminder, I am not the original poster. This is why I will never ever be a teacher. The kids are fine. It's the parents I wouldn't be able to handle. Man, being a teacher just sucks now. I remember when none of mine took SHT from any of us and still got measly pay. At least then they didn't listen to parents complain. As a teacher, I felt this post so much. I've had exact scenarios like this. What do you mean there was homework? You never said. Quote, I did, but you were too busy talking. It was also written on the board. What do you mean there's a test? We've only had 1 day to review. Quote, that's because, again, you were too busy talking and wasted the 2 in-day review classes I planned. And the date of the test has been on the board for over a week. We bombed the test because you only gave us 1 night to review. Quote, you had the study guide for an entire weekend plus 2 in-class review days. It's not my fault you kept talking and only got the answers written down in a rush instead of letting me teach you. Bonus. What do you mean I'm not allowed to do other classwork in your class? You're just reviewing and I know this stuff. Cue shocked Pikachu face when they get a D. I talk about the ones telling me I am a horrid person, a bad teacher, or even insinuating that I am mentally sick, via comments and via private messages. Sometimes I'm reminded how young Reddit skews and that a majority of people on the site are still in school themselves. Yeah, maybe not the greatest idea to ask a bunch of teenagers what they think about teenagers being failed for not doing a quiz they were told 2x in class to do. Of course, they think they should get away scot-free. School is stupid. Reddit reigns supreme and they're all gonna be YouTube stars. Also JFC these parents. The kids in 8th grade. No one should need to sit on them to do homework. People who were saying rude things to OP clearly have never worked in education. OP went above and beyond notifying students of the quiz. If I still was in eduk, I would have just said it once and left it at that. OOP has my sympathies. In most places, teachers are often hamstrung in their abilities to rein in students. This seems like a perfectly reasonable way to do it. A single bad test isn't going to sway grades one way or another. That said, I think the impact OOP's hoping to achieve could still happen even if they mitigate it now. Make it a teachable moment. Talk to them about the need to pay attention in class. And let the kids who gave the test get a bonus without penalizing the rest who didn't. 'Tis what I would do anyway. But I teach college kids, not middle schoolers. And I am fully cognizant that my lot are much easier to handle. I'm so tired of people, like the mother, thinking they are entitled to an instant reply. It was not an emergency. She could wait until Monday. I bet she doesn't respond back to people at work on her weekends. 2,448 hours is a normal response time. If I came home with a 0, my mom would 100% blame me. If I said I didn't take the test, she would have chewed me out. If I said it was too hard, she would say it's my fault for not studying hard. Tears of joy. Oop, I got a D on a quiz in HSBC I didn't study. Still ended up with an A in the class. It was mostly BC. I hated people hounding me after getting 100% on tests and asking me how to study. It was dumb, but I have neuro issues. So I showed them, I guess, until my teacher asked me what was wrong. In the 90s no one talked about mental health and autism. So I just look at him blankly. He gave me the grade for the quiz I earned, and that was that. Edit word. Now you see, personally, my mom used to be a teacher. Would not let that slide. Students can be so disrespectful towards teachers and blame the teacher when they face the consequences of their actions. Not blaming OOP for anything. They should have left those zeros as they were. But OOP, as a teacher, shouldn't let their students disrespect them like that. As a teacher myself, you are NTA. But there does seem to be a classroom management issue. Either way, the solution starts with accountability on the student's part, and enforcing this will help that happen. A retake with less credit is an acceptable solution, although it should be mostly full for the first couple of quizzes. Something similar happened to me once. I announced a quiz that would be given 2 days later. It was a quiz, not a test, so there was no study guide or review. But I announced it in class and posted it on Google Classroom. The day of the quiz, I tell everyone, okay, everyone, let's clear our desks for the quiz. Quote, cue mass pandemonium. There's a quiz? You never told us there was a quiz. Quote, and then very quietly, one quiet, serious student mumbled just loud enough that I could hear, well, she did announce it the other day. That kid got an A. A communication failure of an educator who is an adult with children is the educator's responsibility. Only 4 students attempted it. This was clearly the case. Sorry, but I can't believe you're getting hate for this. You are not the asshole. You set boundaries, and as a teacher I believe you did the right thing, especially since the quiz is worth 1%. If it were 50% of their grade, that's a bit of a different story. NTA. Stick to your guns. And be careful how you use language. You didn't fail them. They failed themselves. I'm a teacher. If it's on the board and I announce it, at that age, I assume they know about it. They can read and they know stuff on the board is important. If they don't do it, that's on them. I'd focus on those that did it, and if the mark were good, it must have been taught well enough. LMAO, this is why I'd never make it as a teacher. If these were my students, they'd get a too bad, so sad. Maybe now you'll pay attention. I'm surprised at such lengthy discussions on this topic. Seems like a logical thing. Did not complete work. You get a 0. Am I missing something here?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.